Hello, we're going to talk about our weekly reading focus for week 4. So this should be the week of April 13th. There is a weekly reading focus folder, and the one we're going to do today is about partners. Now, let's talk about partners a little bit. At school, we always have reading partners. At home, we might not. So some options are, well, first of all, if you do have a sibling, whether they're older or younger, they could be a partner. If your parents have time, they might be a partner. But if that doesn't work out, you could also pick a pet. If you have a pet, they're great partners. A stuffed animal. Maybe you could talk to someone on the phone and tell them about this stuff. So be creative and figure out who you want your partner to be. This chart is called Partners Share Their Reading Adventures. So here it is. I'm going to show you a bigger one. So again, most of these we've already talked about. A few of them are new. Some of these you're doing by yourself too, and then you do them with your partner. So the first one is retell what happened. So after you read a book, tell someone the important parts. We talked about marking the important pages with a Post-it, and those are the parts you want to retell to your partner. Next, think ahead. We do this by ourselves. You also can do it with your partner. Think about what you think is going to happen next. Make your guess, talk about it, and then see if you're right. Reread the book together to see even more in the pictures, more in the words. Introduce characters to each other. So if you're reading a book and your partner has not read it before, you might show them the book and tell them about the character before you start reading. Reread to sound like the character. So think about who that character is and what might they sound like when they're talking. And you can try to make your voice sound like that. And if there's more than one character, you could have a different voice, which can be kind of fun. It's like you're acting out a play. You can have different voices for each character. Show the big feelings. So you can have different voices for your characters, but you also need to show what they're feeling. So if your character is feeling happy, then your voice should sound happy. If your character is mad, angry, sad, think about how that would sound when you're talking. Or if they're worried, maybe they're excited. There's so many feelings, but those feelings, you need to make your voice sound like that. Give feedback like a director. So maybe your partner can tell you, I think the character was supposed to sound sad in that part, and your voice didn't sound sad. Why don't you try it again? That's what directors do when they're directing a movie. So if somebody gives you some ideas of things to fix or change, then you can make it sound better. Talk about the lessons. In a lot of these stories, we're learning lessons from the characters. We learn things that we could use in our own lives, and you can talk about that with your partner. For example, one lesson could be to be kind. A lot of stories have lessons like that. And the last one, compare and contrast books together. So maybe you both have a book, or maybe you have more than one book. You can look at them and think, what's the same about these books and what's different about these books? Sometimes you might find books that are in the same series and they have a lot of things in common, but they're still going to have things that are different. So see if you can point those out with your partner. All right. Good luck reading with your partner. Have lots of fun while you're doing it.